Hello, Blake. It is Blake, WordsDB71, back again for another video, and this is kind of a follow-up on my first vinyl flat video. I've been getting well, I wouldn't say a lot of questions, but people have been asking me for quite some time, and this was, brought up once again by a few people recently. Asking me what, after I've used it for a little while, what are my thoughts? What do I think about it? And I'm here to tell you what my thoughts are after having used the vinyl flat. Oh, this beast, heavy. It is heavy. Probably 10 to 12 pounds, I think. So, yes. I still love it. I'll just say that right now. So if you were contemplating buying it and you wanted to know, well, there's your answer in less than a minute. I still love it, and I would pay double what John is asking for this now that I've had it in my hands a while. Now, my experiences. Generally, what people have been asking me is, does it work? Well, it works fantastic. And then another question is, do you think that you're damaging your records by doing this? And there's a two-part answer to that. There's a yes and a no. I'm finding that, well, I've learned my lesson now. Patience with everything, right? When I first started using this, I ended up cooking not one, but not two. I have to say 3 pieces of music, and the first was an accident. I honestly I forgot about the record being in the vinyl flat, and when I remembered it, man, it had been sitting in the heat for quite a while, so I ended up cooking that. And then my second attempt was, I got pretty cocky after learning how to use it. I got a different weight vinyl, and I thought, well, I just kind of, this is normally taking this long, let me just put it in there for this long, and that should be it, right? And then, what I should have done is what's recommended is when you're faced with a new weight or a new era, a new type of vinyl, like label, you should start your time short and build up so you can learn about it. I didn't. I just thought, okay, this is going to take this long, and I ended up cooking that. And then my third problem was I was trying to work out a little ripple in a piece of vinyl that was very, very troublesome. Generally, if you put your vinyl on your turntable and you're getting like this nice little wave, those are very easy to take care of. It's the ones where everything is flat and all of a sudden goes just a really fast bounce. Those are tough. I don't know why they're tough, but generally when I see one of those, I go, oh man, this is gonna be tough. You just gotta do it a little at a time and keep pushing it through. But again, I toasted that one. Now, Blake, you've ruined 3 records. Well, one's an accident, so I've ruined 2. But I've got to tell you, I've tried to count up, exactly how many. I don't remember how many, but I'm stuck somewhere between like 85 and 95 records that I have flattened, and the majority of them was from that group of Charles Lloyd and Keith Jarrett LPs that we found quite a stash of, which we still have some. I still have a few sets here, and Press Ball still has some listed, or maybe they're not listed anymore. So if you need any of those, we'll do a video later on when the temperature cools down and we feel comfortable shipping them out. But that's another story. The biggest thing that people are interested in is, Blake, okay, so I see that it works, it makes your vinyl flat, but is it messing up the vinyl? How does it sound? Now I have to tell you, I haven't done, any superb analysis. I haven't like recorded stuff in the computer and done any spectrograms or anything like that. But I can tell you, I listen with my headphones, so I hear a lot of vinyl noise. I'm used to it. I know how to listen to it out because I am listening so closely. I do not notice anything except for those things that I have cooked. And what happens there, you cooked it when you pulled it out and you can visually see it. You just kind of roll in. I've got one of them here, and I'll try to show you what I'm talking about. Let me put this heavy thing back down. When you look at the surface of the vinyl, it looks like there's potholes in it where it has started boiling. I know that's not the right word, but something happens to the vinyl. Of course, you can't see it because it's in the pouch, but anyway, I'll attempt to show you this in the camera, and I don't know if it's going to come through. It's the better side. This is the one that I really cooked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get this to focus, and I'm going to roll this in the light. I practiced earlier, and it seemed to do okay, as long as the camera will focus. Now, what to look for in the dead wax? I want you to look in the dead wax area here, and you'll just see kind of little beads and bubbles in there, like little potholes and stuff. That's what you're looking for. Yeah. So focus on where the light is shining, and you can see where in that dead wax area where the those little bumps and things are. That's what happens. Yeah, there it is right there. You can see that. All those little bump marks in the dead wax. When you play that, what you hear is it really does sound like it sounds like sandpaper, or well, not really sandpaper, but it sounds like what sandpaper might sound like if you did play it. And of course, it really trashes your record because it raises the surface level noise up so high that you can definitely hear it. But this is one that's cooked. When I'm using it under the right circumstances, and I take care and practice patience in using the vinyl flat, I hear nothing any different in the music, except for the fact I do not hear the when their stylus is riding up and down the waves of your warped vinyl. It flattens out and it sounds great. So that's a long-winded answer to the question of Blake. Do you still like your vinyl flat? I absolutely love it, and I think it does a great job. You can melt things, cook things. I say that you're cooking them. If you leave things in there too long, of course, what I would recommend is that you do it when you first get the vinyl flat. Find a piece of, buy a Goodwill record for $quarter or something, and intentionally burn it, intentionally cook it, so you can see what's going on, and so you can hear what's going on and learn from that. But all things aside, I would definitely buy it again. I would also recommend that unless you have a super duper high-end oven that you can control temperature very easily in the 150 to 160 range, which most ovens will not do at all, spend the extra money on the groove pouch. It's very slow heating, very slow cooling. It works well, and it makes it takes the stress out of knowing whether or not you're overheating your vinyl. So if you're wondering, the power supply hooks into there, and that's what keeps this warms this up. So and your vinyl flat goes inside the pouch. It's a Velcro. You've seen it in my other video, and for those of you that haven't, I'll put a link to the older video in the description. But yes, very, very good product, and I thank John for making this available. So there you go, video number 2 for the day, and probably we'll be back soon. See you again. Bye bye.